I grew up in South London, so Dulwich was quite a famous school there. So when we heard that Dulwich was opening a campus in Singapore, then clearly we would gravitate towards that immediately. And contacted Nick Magnus, and he was travelling into Singapore. And I met him in a coffee shop somewhere around Raffles Place. And then we had a talk and a chat, and he gave me the right feeling about the school in terms of its ethos, in terms of the academic rigour, but also an emphasis on sport and arts and music. And that seemed to me the right balance. After looking at other schools here, that seemed to be the one that appealed to what I thought a good school should be. As I'd said, with Dulwich and its ethos, it was important that was instilled in the children, and we've seen them grow from this high, in Harry's case, to the same height as me. And he's grown into a very nice young man. I think relatively intelligent, given that he's gone to Dulwich, so that's good. We've seen our children grow and become almost adults in the case of Harry, and an adult with Sophie. She turned 18 in December. She did very well in her exams here, GCSEs, and she's gone to study A-levels in London. And she's adapted very well in London. I think that's in part due to spending years at Dulwich and learning how to be a human being, as well as learning how to do maths and physics. So I think it's been a good growth.
Apart from the academics, Sophie has really enjoyed her time here to be part of the swim team. And I think that really helped her in her personality. She blossomed a lot.
I think it would be moments. Harry's first day at school, when he was about that high. I think that jacket was about his height, actually. But coming to school dressed up, it was a very, very proud moment to see him in his uniform. Sophie's exam results were fantastic. She worked very hard, but of course that's also due in part to the teachers as well.
The various performances.
The performances they both had on stage, where neither were particularly keen to be on stage to start with, but actually enjoyed it once they were. So again, that's good. And then Sophie performing at the Olympiad in London. And she sort of went away as quite a small child and come back with a lot of, confidence in her performances and enjoyment. So they're all proud moments. Yeah. I guess it's like we said, it's the right balance between the academic and the social and the sports and the art. So it's important that when you get an education, it's not just about what's on paper and whether you got an A or a B. It's what you come out as a human being, and being able to be confident in who you are, being polite. It sounds a bit trite, but I think it's important, having respect for your elders. All of that's instilled here with the simple things like holding doors open for people, calling teachers sir or miss. It's old-fashioned, but I think it's important. So I think that ethos of bringing up nice, rounded adults as well as educated ones, I think that's important.
I think also the sense of family that the whole school ethos is built around. I remember many years ago, there was this student from Dulwich who was very sick, and then had to go for a very expensive operation. And I think the parents appealed. And I think a lot of families in Dulwich, even the teachers pitched in. And then everybody chipped in. And I think he finally got his operation. Yeah. So there was a sense of family, I think, helping each other.
That's one example. I think the connection is that everyone buys into what Dulwich is. Community, the family idea of it. We've made some friends here through our children. It can be a bit transient with people in and out, but we've made some good long-term friends as well, even to the extent of sharing holidays with them. And we wouldn't have done that outside of Dulwich. I think that's in part with the parents of pupils at Dulwich must share some of the same ideas, the same principles. So I think that ethos is built not just in the school but with the families as well. I think it's very important.
And I think the children are taught to give back to the society and give back to the community. Even I think around Bukit Batok we do quite a lot of social services. So I think that's one way of instilling this community.